Hi guys, welcome to this channel. Most New Year's resolution fail by February. Gym membership go unused, diet get abandoned, but your money don't have to. In fact, if you set the right financial resolution, 2026 could be the year you finally take control of your money. Today, I'm going to be breaking down 10 financial mechanisms that are realistic, practical, proven to stick to. And instead of giving you a giant list, I will be showing you how to tackle them month by month so you could build momentum along the year. Just a quick fact, only about 6% of people stick with resolutions all year. But financial resolutions are different because the payoff is immediate. For instance, you save £20 and you feel it. You pay off your debt and you breathe easier. That is why this sticks easily. Start the year by creating a safety net. Even if it's as low as £20 a week, it adds up to 1,000 by December. Your micro resolution should be, first of all, you're going to open a separate saving account and set up an automatic weekly transfer of a certain amount into that account. Be consistent and stick to it. I know this doesn't work for everyone, especially those that receive their pay on a monthly basis. If it's monthly, set this money so that automatically is remitted at the end of each month. Think of it as if you're paying your future self first. Um, the gold standard is to have 3 to 6 months of expenses. If your monthly cost, for example, is 1,500, aim for, let's say, £500 in the first phase and then 1,005, and then you continually build on it gradually. If you look at the whole huge amount, saying 1,500 multiplied by 6, it will be looking like something that is not realistic. You have to pick it bit by bit. um the Let me just quickly share a quick story of a friend who was able to avoid £600 worth of credit card debt when his car got broken down, just because he had already saved £500 for emergencies. And that's the power of emergency fund. If you have emergency fund, it's like your security. At any point, it comes in handy and you don't have to incur unnecessary debts. So I'll quickly look at, in February, what you'll be looking at is how you automate your savings. Willpower normally fades off, but automation doesn't. So I would encourage you to first of all set up a standing order so money moves into your savings or ISA the moment you get paid your salary or your income. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. Meaning any money that is coming in, if you have automated it, automatically it goes there. You're not tempted to buy things that are not necessary. And for you to set up this automate savings account, there are various apps I could suggest. One of which is the Monzo Starlings. um, they even let you know when you round up purchases. For example, you buy a coffee, let's say £270, and the app rounds it up to £3. The remaining 30p difference goes straight to your savings. And over the years, this tiny amount could add up to £200 or even more, depending on the cost or the expenses we are looking at. Statistics has it that people who automate saves about 30% more than those who don't. So it's very important you have all your savings automated. With that, you can be consistent and you have control over your money. I just want to challenge you in February also. Can you cancel one unused subscription? And if you're able to do that, redirect this money into your savings automatically. So we'll move on to the month of March. In the month of March, it's a period I would want to encourage you to first of all review your insurance. Most people overpay because they auto renew. Um, they don't compare policies every year. Would you rather pay extra £20 for the same Wi-Fi? Of course not. Nobody would do that. So the insurance works the same way. Example, your car insurance, home insurance, life insurance, premium packages, they creep up quietly. And bundling can save money, but sometimes splitting the policy is cheaper. Um, I once switched a car insurance and saved about £180 on the same coverage for a less cost. So that's like a weekend trip paid for just because I checked comparison site. Um, in the month of March, I would encourage us to spend at least 1 hour to check comparison site, look at your bills, and this could go a long way to save you hundreds of pounds. In April, clear high interest debts. In April, I would encourage you to focus on clearing of debt with strong focus of those that are of high interest. Um, Tax season is a reminder to check your debt, credit card, APRs, drains your income. There are two methods I will quickly discuss. There are others, but I'm going to just quickly discuss two methods you can use when it comes to clearing your debt. The first is the snowball method. And for the snowball method, you're going to be clearing small debt first. And for me, it helps encourage you to build momentum, can be very motivating. And with that, you get going gradually. The other method is the avalanche method. For me, I describe it as a strategic approach in debt clearing where you tackle high interest debt first, as this would help you save a whole lot of money. Um, for example, paying extra £50 a month on a 2000 balance at 20% APR can save you about £400 in interest. That is the power of Avalanche using this approach. For example, I have a friend who is highly indebted and he was able to use the snowball method to clear his small debt within the period of 6 months. And having achieved that, that gave him that momentum and confidence to be able to tackle the bigger ones. Um, so I would encourage you to list out all debts, cycle the ones with the highest interest, and make one extra payment on these ones each month. And gradually you see that you are able to tackle them. So let's talk about pensions. I know retirement feels far away, but here's the thing: compounding makes simple changes huge over time. Even tiny increase in your pension contribution now can make a huge difference decades from now. For example, if you add just 1 or 2% more to your pension each month over 30 years, that's extra £50 a month could grow up to more than £40,000. Think of it like planting a tree. The earlier you plant it, the bigger the shade you will have or enjoy later. Here is the simple action for me: log into your pension account and increase your contribution by 1%. And don't forget to check if your employer matches the contribution. If they do, make sure you're getting the full match. And that is free money you don't want to leave on the table. So next, let's talk about investing because inflation quietly eats at your savings if your money just sits in your account. Investing is simply a way to help your money grow faster than inflation and also keep you ahead. All you need to do is start simple. You don't need to be rich or be an expert. Think index fund, ETF, etc. Even small amount matters. For instance, putting just £100 a month into index fund could grow to about 20,000 in the next 10 years. I know of someone who started with just £50 a month and now they are confident enough to invest £200 monthly. It's all about consistency, not timing the market. So your action for June is easy. Open an investment account and buy your first index fund. Focus on the time in the market and not just trying to guess the perfect moment. Now let's tackle spending. In the summer holidays, we have lots of events like barbecues, festivals, and budget tend to blow up around this time of the year. But here's the thing, your budget is like a fitness tracker for your wallet. You can use apps or a simple spreadsheet to gather your spending, food bills, fun, and review it weekly. Awareness, they say, gives you control. And when you have control, that will give you freedom automatically. As a friend of mine realized that they were spending £200 a month on a takeaway, just by tracking it, they managed to cut it by half, and through this, they were able to save £1,200 in a year. A few rule you can try is the 50-30-20 rules. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings. Or you can do a zero-based budgeting where every pound has a purpose. The action for you in July is simple. Track every expenses for just a week and you will be surprised where your money actually goes to. And that awareness alone can help you start changing habits immediately. Let's start with taxes. I know that it's not everyone's favorite topic, but stay with me. One of the biggest mistake people make is waiting until April to think about tax. And by then, it's already feeling stressful, rushed, and overwhelming. The important thing to know is tax planning isn't just for those that own their personal businesses or those that are freelancers, it's for everyone. If you're employed, tax planning can be as simple as checking your tax code, using your ISA allowance, understanding how pension contributions reduces your tax bill, or making sure you are not quietly overpaying tax. And if you are self-employed, a freelancer, or earning money on the side, it's it's about tracking expenses, keeping receipts, and setting money aside regularly so there are no nasty surprises. Either way, the idea is the same. Think of tax planning like meal planning. When you do it in bits early, everything is easier and cheaper later. Small habits adds up. Things like home office costs, mileage, software, phone bills, equipment, or training can make a huge difference if you are able to claim them. I know a freelancer who saved £1,000 just by logging expenses monthly instead of scrabbling at the last minute. And honestly, most tax stress isn't about how much you owe, it's about feeling unprepared. So, here is the simple action for August. Create one digital folder for anything tax related, log just one expenses or document each week, and set a monthly reminder to check in. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. By the time your tax season comes, you will feel relaxed and not stressed. Now, let's talk about income because relying on just one income stream is risky, especially right now. Extra income isn't about working yourself into the ground, it's about having options and a bit of breathing room. A side hustle, freelancing, or digital product can really help, even if it starts small. That extra money could cover your Netflix, your Wi-Fi, your car insurance, or even part of your rent. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Most side hustle fall into three simple buckets: using your skills you already have, selling a product, especially digital ones, or offering a service with your time. So, on an average, people in the UK earn about £300 a month from side hustle. That's around £3,600 within a year. So this is not just pocket money. The action here is simple. Spend one weekend testing an idea. No pressure to be perfect. And if you can, keep the money in a separate account so you can actually see the progress. Even £100 extra a month can make your finance feel a lot more secure. Finally, October is a perfect time for your financial checkup because the year isn't over yet and you can still have time to make changes. Think of it like your annual MOT, but for your money. Once a year, set aside just an hour and look at the basics: your savings, your debt, your investment, your insurance, your pension, and ask yourself simple question: am I saving consistently? Is my debt going down? Does my investment risk feel right? Am I properly insured? And am I doing enough for the future me? This isn't about beating yourself up over the past decision. It's just about awareness. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to know where you stand. So the action here is to create a simple checklist, walk through it before the end of the year, and save your notes. That way, next year's review is even easier. One focus hour can genuinely shape you ahead. So, there you have it: 10 financial resolution that actually stick in 2026, broken down by month. And the most important thing to remember is this: you don't have to do all 10 perfectly, just pick one, start small, and build momentum. Small actions done consistently really good adds up over time. So you've got 10 months and 10 chances to reset your money this year. So which one are you starting with? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear your plan. And if this helped you, like this video, share it with friends who may need it, subscribe for more practical real life money tips. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next one.